Hello class. Today I want to talk about our assignment, which is creating a flyer for a concert or a music event. And I wanted to show you filters and shapes that you can use. And part of the requirement of the project is to make sure that you have a date, a location, and a time. Okay, so that's what's going to make this design functional. Okay, so the first thing we have to make sure is that our file is correct. So the image size is 8 by 10 and resolution is 200. The reason it's that way is because if you're going to want to print this out one day, you have to make sure that it's the right resolution, otherwise you're going to get a really grainy image. Okay, so first thing, I chose a picture of a girl. You get to choose maybe 3 images that you want to create a collage with. I'm just choosing this one, but to show you what you can do. So you want to choose at least 3 images and use some of the filters and the shapes I'm going to show you. Okay, so the first thing is I like to make a duplicate of my images. So I'll make a duplicate here. Now, if you see this little icon right here, it means that it's a vector or a certain type of shape. So you have to rasterize it sometimes. Otherwise, it won't let you do what you want to do. So in order to do that, you go to Layer, Rasterize, Smart Object. It's looking at it as if it's a smart object, but we can fix that. Okay, so now the first thing I want to do is I want to create I'm going to show you actually some filters. Just so you know, we go to Filter Gallery, and we can't see it very well, so we hit the minus button and we can see it better because it's such a big picture. So under Artistic, you can see different things that you can do to the photo. To me, these effects are kind of cheap, but you might find, I mean, that one's not so bad. There are some that are okay. That one's not so bad either. So go ahead, if you want to choose one of these, that's fine. Then there's brush strokes. And you can play with the depth of these if you want. So that is just to show you that we have those available, and it's up to you what you want to do with them. Okay? But I usually don't mess with these that much because sometimes it just won't give you what you're looking for exactly, and but you can use them with a couple of effects and you can come up with some pretty cool stuff. So that is the filters. If you want to play around with filters, this would be a good project to do that with. Okay, but what I want to show you is we're going to give this a 2-dimensional effect, kind of a retro vintage look. Okay, so we go to Image, Adjustment, and Threshold. Okay, so already we can see that it's kind of black and white. So that's what I'm going for. So I say okay. And then with the magic wand tool, I want to click on the white. And I want to go to Select and say Select Similar. So that's going to select all the white in my image. So then I just hit delete. Okay, it didn't do much, right? Because this is white right here. My background is white, and if I click on the image, you'll see that the image will show up. But I'm going to hide that because actually I want my background. If you do, let's say a paint bucket. Where is my paint bucket? Here. I want just, if I hide everything, Control D is to deselect. If I hide everything, all I want my background is to be orange. So when I click on this, what was once white is now orange because I deleted all the white. So now I want to choose another color. So I'm going to say maybe more of a green or something, yeah, of that effect. Say, okay. Now I'm going to, with the magic wand, select the black. Do the same thing as before. Select similar again. And this time say edit fill. So it's going to fill what I have selected with the green, which is the foreground color that I have right here. So now with that selected, well, Command D or Control D, it's a little bit, not, the contrast is not that great. So what I can do is also play around with the darkness and the lightness. So if I go to, you see, when it was black, I wasn't going to be able to work so much with other colors. But once it's a color, you can go into image and hue and saturation adjustments and hue and saturation. And here, now that it's green, it can actually, you can actually change it almost any color. So once you have it as a color, it's much easier to manipulate than if it was just black, because black is so hard to change. So you can choose which color, and I think that looks pretty cool. I mean, any of these just look amazing. So I like the purple one. You can also play around with the darkness. You can make it darker, or you can make it lighter, things like that. So, I mean, that looks pretty cool. So you say, okay. And then we want to add some text. So, oh, the green I think will look pretty cool. So now we want to say, I want this green. Say, okay. We want to say, you know, oh, the name of the band, solo artist. I'm sorry, I'm just not that creative today, so solo artist. And we'll say at the piano bar. Saturday, February 16th, and at 5 p.m. Okay, so that's very simple. You guys can get a lot more fun with that. I think you can do some things with the type also. Work path, convert to shape. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, well, actually, I wanted to show you something else. When you see this little square right here, if you hold down, you'll see a custom shape tool. And where you go, automatically you'll see an arrow, but you might have it selected to something else. You want to hold down, you want to click on that, and then there appears a little gear on the window. You want to click on that and make sure it says all. You say okay, and then you extend. There's a little thing that you can grab on the corner. You extend that, and you'll see all the shapes that you are able to use. So here, you can play with some of these shapes. I mean, if you want to bring in, let's say this little element here. There's some other ones. For instance, there's this like radial burst that I think it looks pretty cool if you play with it. I mean, is it this one? That's not the one I was looking for. They have another one. Sometimes we're just staring at it. Well, let's go ahead and use that one for now because I just don't see it. Okay, all right. So for instance, I want a different color. Let's choose blue. Okay. And, oh yeah, it was that one. Oh, it went green. So you can change the fill color. You can say blue, it'll change to blue. And the really cool thing about this is those shapes don't have to stay show transform to make it bigger. They don't have to stay, you know, you can do like a darken, I know those shapes kind of multiply, or just find somewhere. I mean, you can come up with some really cool effects. So you can play around with those shapes, and you know, like that's just a little bit too bright. Maybe you want to give that a darken or color burn. I mean, you just go and see which one works the best, and that's how you're going to create your poster, your flyer. Okay, so I hope this one is a lot of fun. I hope you guys have fun, and I don't forget about this information right here. It's very important. Otherwise, you're just making pretty pictures, which is fine. But you know, when they're functional, it's even better. Okay, so that's it for now, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.